Welcome back to Judith Plains, Montana. I'm BP, and this is the 555 Challenge. Guys, it is a beautiful June morning. We are working on our soybean field. Woke up to a boatload of weeds, so we got the Versatile out and got it running. I want to show you guys, has dual narrow tires on it now, so we can work in the field. A very, very cool change to the Versatile. So we have a lot to get done today. First and foremost, we got to get the weeds out of this field. Our barley field way back there in the background, you can see, is ready to be harvested. We have whiskey to sell. I think we need to sell our soybeans this month as well. Our small grass field is ready to harvest, and our sheep pen is full of wool with no room left. We're going to go ahead and actually get this guy moved over to the side because I don't want him taking this load down to the BGA just yet. We want to get him to do a little bit of selling for us. We only have the one semi truck, and the Volvo has been sort of stuck on the BGA runs for a while now, just going back and forth, and the BGA is expensive, so we want to keep it as full as possible. But we need to borrow the Volvo to get a couple of projects done around the farm. There you can see all the wool and some goat's milk over there. As you guys saw in the intro, I did a bunch of husbandry work last night off camera. Was getting ready to go to bed, checking on the animals one last time, and discovered that we had just way too many male animals between the goats, the sheep, the cows, the roosters, the water buffalo. We had a lot of male animals, so did a bunch of running back and forth to the animal dealer last night, sold, I don't know, 25 or 30 male cows and water buffalo bulls. I say male because some were, not full grown yet. We did sell, I believe, close to 100 roosters out of the chicken coop, and looking at the numbers, I wrote my notes down here, 97 rams out of the sheep pen and 21 male goats, so 111 male animals sold out of there. And guys, that opens up so much more space just between not having to feed those animals anymore, and we don't need all those male animals. Like, the sheep pen is full, so we're just passing on having more female sheep and goats, which are what are producing the wool and the milk. So we're losing money having all these male animals. In getting them replaced, or I should say sold, I did do some replacing with them as well because we wanted to keep our breeding stock full. So I bought a bunch of cows, an extra water buffalo, and I exchanged a couple of the sheep and goat just to make sure that we had good, fresh breeding stock. Where is, am I standing on the trigger? Ah, it's right here. It's very close to the quad track. That's why I can't see it. So lots of changes in the animal pens, all positive. Did make a little bit of money doing that, which helped cover our payment this morning on our loan, which was nice. Gonna have to come back here like 3 or 4 more times to get all this whiskey, guys. I mean, it's such a great problem to have, but 85 cases of whiskey is, I mean, it's great, but it's so much. I wonder if the trigger where they're coming out is overlapping with the input trigger, and that's why we're not getting as many as we could out, but we will see. All right, last set. So, got the whiskey all loaded up. Great, 85,000 liters. Let's get the interactive zone markers turned off. let's start getting up and out of the shed here. Let's get onto the flatter ground up here, and then we'll make a plan for where we want to go. Before we take the whiskey up, though, I do want to take the top kick down to the goat barn and get the wool, because we're not producing any more at this stage because we're full. And while we're running around getting everything sold, making money, we don't want to be leaving money on the table here by not having room for that stuff to spawn. Jump on in. Should go ahead and check the food in the pen. We're down to 76 out of 120,000. We can pop a couple of bales in. That won't be a problem. Let's do, yeah, 3 sounds good. Grab the bale. Just put it over here in the feeder. Still really excited about this barn. Love the design. I'm so pleased with the color matching. Makes it look like it fits right into the farm. The gates to keep the animals out. The spawn point still protected. Lots of capacity so we can get lots and lots of hay in here. I mean, my goal would be to have this barn fairly full, if not completely full of hay, just to try to make sure we're good to get through the winter again. As it is, I think we burn through all of that this winter regardless. So, where do we want to send the top kick? I think maybe we send it to the dairy first. Get the goat's milk delivered. I do want to check. Is this... Okay, that's in there pretty good. Just there aren't a lot of straps holding everything in. Makes me just a little bit nervous. Sometimes stuff's going to fall off once we're going to send it off on its way. So that's going to go to the dairy. Let's head on back to the Volvo. Now, where are we going to sell our whiskey? Let's organize by month here. Things that sell well in June and July are probably going to be... Well, I'm sorry, July and August probably be our best options. So we're going to Applebee's in town. They're at $2,415 per pallet, which is $17 over the max. We're making $205,000 on this delivery, guys. Soybeans 1234 is the price, $1234 per thousand. Max is $1237. So those really can just get sold at any time as well. So we may run the whiskey up and then get right back into the tipper and get all the soybeans loaded up. I'm not seeing the versatile. Is it just too far out in the field? I have to make sure we keep track of that guy. So anyways, we can come back and get the soybeans collected up and get those sold as well. Never good when oh, it's a stop sign in the road up here. We'll help out with traffic here, guys. Not a problem. We'll use it to our advantage to make the corner, obviously. Then we'll hop on out. And let's see if we can't get this 45 miles an hour. That's why the sign's on the ground. That's not nearly high enough. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I was trying to help you guys out and almost got run over. Just not seeing, knocked on the other 45 mile an hour sign. Not seeing the versatile in the field. Makes me a little bit concerned it may have wandered off on us. Man, this thing is heavy. Well, I feel like we should have seen the versatile. So I'm going to pull over. We are going to take out at least one more sign. 2 or 3 even. All right, where's the versatile, guys? Field's not that big that I shouldn't be able to find it. We have a case of a disappearing tractor. I mean, I hope it didn't go all the way over here. Okay, well, sometimes you just got to find it. It did go all the way over here, guys. Whoa, what are we doing here, friend? Okay, let's get things fixed. Turn that off for darn sure. Let's get the wings folded in. Wow, I'm surprised he didn't have one all the way down the hill. That could have been... I mean, that's some risky business right there. Okay. Can we make it back up this hill? That is steep. Where was he? Yeah, we were right over there. He was just out of line of sight. I wonder if he's low on fuel. I wonder if he was trying to find fuel. I don't know why he'd think the fuel would be down the cliff face. That seems like a bad place to look for fuel to me. But, you know, who knows? Maybe it is. So let's get him fueled up. While we're doing that, you know, let's jump back into his settings. Let's get his... Yeah, I can't do much more than that while they're fueling. Unfortunately, clicking does everything sometimes. Alrighty. Alright, on our final corner, guys. This load, I know this doesn't come as a surprise, but this is a heavy load. Hard to stop, hard to get going. I appreciate that we're waiting for everyone in the crosswalk, but we are blocking traffic. Put our flashers on at least. People know we're in the way, and we know we're in the way. All right, $200,000 or more coming out of this sale. There's the guy. Look, that guy's waiting for his whiskey. He is expecting a delivery today. 205,532 on the delivery. That is a really, really nice sale, guys. With the soybeans, which should be just under 100K, we should be sitting pretty with a lot of money here soon. Now, let's, while we're here, jump in. We're going to get him off of auto drive. Let's throw some straps. Need that other milk, the other goat's milk, to pop out of there. All right, let's get the strap back on. We're going to send this guy to the spinnery, but I don't think we have a spinnery location. We don't. So what's going to be closest? Montana Hay Company. I think that's... I mean, I know that's right down by the spinnery. I think that's going to be as close as we're going to be able to get him. We'll update the course once he's down there. Let him run. There he goes. I suppose we can turn our flashers off at this point. I'm going to head back to the farm, and we'll switch out the tilt deck for the... Oh, what's our driver doing? For the tipper. We'll get the soybeans. We'll run them up to wherever they are going to sell. Yeah, it's all the maroon trucks coming through town, guys. Sorry, I got a bit of a convoy going here. So I'm going to run back, get the tipper, get the soybeans loaded up. We'll get those sold, and then we will have a more than a $500,000 burning a hole in our pocket, and you guys know how that works. I will find a way to spend it. I suspect at that price point, we will be looking at a 20-plus acre field, or at least that's the hope. So I will see you guys back at the farm. The Versatile finished up in the field. Let's get into a stop over that stop sign, guys. So I thought we'd bring it back while the Volvo was getting filled up at the silo with the soybeans. So we are going to get him parked back up. But before we do that, let's see about getting him topped off. This is why we put the rack out here, was to make this part so much easier. So we'll put one out and go ahead and get that one filled. And then I think from moving these around, I think we have a partial as well. No, I think I bumped it. Let's see. There's the partial. Yeah, so let's... Oh, we're full. Okay. Well, I thought we'd fill up the partial, but we didn't. Okay, we put those right back on. See how easy that is? Everything right at our fingertips reach. Just gonna snake through here. Ooh, that was tight. Love seeing the chickens on top of the soybeans in the back of the trailer. Now, I believe, guys, that trailer holds 72,000 liters, which is a great capacity. Unfortunately, I think we have 79,000 liters of actual soybeans. So maybe more than one trip into town to get it all sold. Or if we're not feeling so gummy about it, we could always, yeah, 73, not 72. And we have another 6,879 liters in the bin. So let's tag the flathead feed and grain. I don't know where that is, guys. Going to a new location. Let's get the cover put on. Keep the soybeans in the trailer. Guys, this Volvo, again, 500 horsepower. And I know it's torque that we're more worried about here, but it is a big truck, and it just, I mean, full of soybeans, it drags. And it gets the job done, not complaining, just, it is a heavy, heavy load that we are pulling, so... Jump in here. Yeah, I don't think we've ever been to this. This feels like the grain station right across from town. So let me get up in there. I'll get close. I'll bring you guys back in, but no point in watching me drive from here to town again. So I'll see you guys shortly. It was a slow ride up here, guys. I think we got up to 36 on the straightaway back there. But it is definitely, might be time to do some maintenance on this truck. Yeah, we have not been to this sell point, so the flathead feed and grain, like this one. Let's get pulled in. And we should be making, I'm thinking, oh, I wasn't paying attention to the front of the truck. Clipped the exit door. I'm thinking we should be making about $8,800, maybe 87 on this load. Let's see what we get out of it. 90,602. Not shabby at all. Nothing to shake a stick at. That is, we'll take almost 100K in soybeans. That was supposed to be a cash crop for us, and it was. I'm going to go ahead and get the remaining 6,000 liters sold. I'll bring you guys back when that is done. We got to get working on that barley field soon here. And we need to get the mowing started on the small grass field. So I'll get some stuff started and set up and the rest of the soybeans sold. And I'll bring you guys back and we will discuss what we think. I mean, it'll be more than $520,000 at that point, but what we think we should do with $500,000. I will be right back. We are back at the farm, and guys, I've been on the phone, and I think I have an absolute crazy idea that might just work out. So, had a quick call into the local dealership, and they've got a couple items in the sale that are very, very intriguing to me. And I was talking to him about the potential value of our case here, because it does have low hours, and was also considering the amount of equity we have in the case and what I want to do with the plan for our $530,000. So I'm going to run up to the store and see if I can't get them to put a deal together for me that is going to put us in just an incredible spot for the next season or two of of the farm and just get us right where we need to be. So I'm going to run up and do that. I do have the Magnum over here in the grass field getting that mowed. We will get that tedded and turned into hay and baled up today as well. But let me run up to the store here, to the shop, and see if the guys at the dealership and I can put something together here. I'll be right back and hopefully have some very interesting news to share with you guys. See you in a moment. Well, guys, I was able to strike a deal. We sold the old case harvester and picked up 2 demo units that the dealership had in after they were done with their demo circuit. So we have a forage harvester that we will be using to turn corn into chaff and eventually into silage. And then we basically traded, not straight across financially, but we traded straight across and got basically the same case harvester with a few upgrades from the demo unit, but at a much discounted price compared to what we traded our case in for. So we also ended up with a little bit of extra money on top of it. So that puts us in the perfect spot for what I have planned. And I'm going to show you guys. We're going to head back to the farm, but we spoke when we reached 100 acres about buying the field between our soybean field and our new sunflower seed or sunflower field. Guys, I got to focus here on my turns. This is an absolutely massive load. We were barely able to get everything on to the trailer, and this is one of the biggest trailers in the game. They're a couple a little bit longer, but wider I don't think so. So anyways, that field, don't quote me, but I think is $560,000, which is going to be perfect. The field between our sunflower field and our soybean field. And that is going to allow us to convert the whole back part of that field into corn and really up our whiskey production. So the plan is, and I'll go through it all with you guys when we go purchase the field, but the plan is to be set up to have our existing cornfields just be turned directly to chaff. We're not even going to harvest those anymore after we get all this set up. Then the new cornfield that should be bigger than both of our cornfields combined, we will harvest for corn and use that for whiskey. So in addition to getting 2 just incredible pieces of equipment here, we also are going to have just a little bit of money left over. We weren't quite there to purchase the field after we sold the rest of the soybean, and I was right there across from the dealership at that sell point. So I just gave him a quick ring, walked over and looked at stuff, and they had a buyer for our harvester. So I was like, hey, if you guys want to make me a deal I can't refuse, I'm happy to take that. So here we are. So here's the field in question to our right. What's really interesting is it's currently alfalfa, so we're going to be able to get good use out of it this season by turning it into silage as well. But we own this field to the left is our soybean field, and then the field behind this one is the one we plowed together. You can see how heavy we are, guys. I haven't been on the gas since we pulled onto this road, and we are just rolling forever. We plowed those, the field and the open field, together to make our sunflower field there in the background, and then we have this alfalfa field here next to us. So we're going to jump right in. As you can see what I'm talking about here, here is farmland 52 and 56 is our soybean field. 53 and 141 are the fields we plowed together and planted sunflowers in, and field 57 is the one right next to us. It is currently alfalfa. We're going to plow 57, 53, and 141 together for corn, with the long-term plan to get 48 and plow those together as well, which would make all of that corn, which would be just a huge amount. So field 57 is 23.44 acres, taking our total to almost 125 acres, guys. This field is 500 and essentially 70 $1,000. So we now own that field. And the great news is about there being a case demo harvester at the shop was that we can use all of our headers, our corn header, our grain header, all fit on this because it's all compatible, so we didn't have to switch any of our equipment. So let's go ahead and get unloaded. We are going to get to the barley field here soon. We got to get over there and get that cut today. I'm going to bring the Magnum over and get that started on our new alfalfa field because it is ready to be cut. So let's start by parking everything here. We're going to have to do some shuffling in the barns, guys, or the sheds, because I don't know where all this stuff is going to go. So let's get the tip deck. You can see the wheels sliding under there, under the grass. About to bring the front up. Had to have the auger out and the hopper open on the harvester to get the forage harvester high enough up to fit. So let's jump into this thing. This thing looks great. Check out the inside. Very, very nice. We'll get this guy started. Just get it pulled off. What I loved about the demo setup they had was they had dual narrow tires. Don't see that very often. It'll be great for chaff if we have to pull off to empty or switch trailers or chase tractors with the bin. We can do that, and we shouldn't do too much damage to the crops. So my initial thought is to replace the harvester in this shed with the forage harvester, because we're probably not going to need this one for quite some time. Probably not until the end of next season, because we don't have enough corn to be turning it into chaff. So we'll just tuck it in here, leave it there. Now let's run back out. Let's grab, oh, is that hail? We got hail coming down, guys. That is a surprise in June. So let's go ahead and get our new harvester off the trailer. This thing was tricky. Wow, hear that hail. It was tricky to get on the trailer. Don't want to have it fall off unloading it. Oh, that was close. Let's go ahead and fold it up so we don't bang the auger on anything. Don't need it up and running, or don't need it open to be driving over to the field. Can we hook? Yeah, I think we're going to be in just a little bit of trouble here getting the header, the cart for the header. You know what? We don't even need. Why am I hooking up to the corn header, guys? That's the real problem here, is I'm hooking up to the wrong header. We don't have corn to harvest. I'm all out of whack because we changed the plan. Was just thinking we were harvesting today. So let's head over. Man, that hail is loud, and there is a lot of it. Let's grab our grain header. That's the right header for barley that we're going to be using. And head over to the barley field. And once we get him running, we will switch the... I feel like I'm lined up with it too, guys. What are we thinking here? You want to go a little bit that way? There we go. Once we get the harvester over in the barley field, man, we may have to unfold again. Yeah, we're getting caught on the header. So let's go ahead and unfold once again. Get that auger out of the way so it stops catching. We'll get this guy set up, and then we'll head over and grab the Magnum and have him head over to the new alfalfa field. Guys, we're going to have so much silage. We might be able to just cut this grass as hay all the way until we get ready to switch the corn over into the mega field so that we can keep our TMR going. We're going to have a lot of TMR the rest of the season, which is going to be very, very good. So, heading in over here, let's see about getting disconnected. And now, can we do this without driving into the corn? I think we can. Man, I don't know. Does hail affect the harvest like rain? I would have to assume so. We may have to wait. Let's just get into the field. And I suspect, let's check and see. Let's jump out here and turn this guy off so you don't have to listen to him. So I think there's a setting in course play that has to do with cutting in the rain. Automatic cutter stop while unloading, yes. We don't need to self-unload. Column loader at 70%. Huh, I swear there was something about cutting in the rain and stopping. Loop, turn on headland, allow pathfinder, reverse, penalty, avoid driving on fruit, only turning on field, fuel save. Alright, well, I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'm making it up, but I swear there was something in here about cutting in the rain. But we'll figure it out. Okay, so field work settings. Let's, we should be good to go here. So let's grab, what are we on? Field 50. So harvesting, because it shouldn't change anything, so our working width is still the same. Load course. Go ahead and we'll see start on the first headland. And he is off and working. All right, well, looks good to me. Let's run over and grab the case. We're going to have to get the quad track over here with the grain bin sooner rather than later. Still have the slurry here to take over to the BGA, so probably just going to get everything set up here today. I'll wrap it up. Had a lot done today. Super excited about new equipment on the farm and having a new field. I mean, a new 25-acre field is only 24 point whatever it is. Field is absolutely incredible in regards to just increasing our yield. And the fact that we're going to get alfalfa off of it for the rest of this season before we plant it for corn, because corn goes in the spring, guys. So we're like 9 months from being able to plant that field. So we'll get good cuts of alfalfa off that. We're going to get a boatload of TMR made and backed up and saved up for winter and for next time. And then we will have, you know, a 50-plus acre cornfield over here to be making just a lot of whiskey. I'm going to start the course up here because this is where we'll be coming from in general when we come from the farm. And I like at the starting point where we approach the field just so that we can have consistency in where we start and the worker isn't driving around trying to find, you know, wherever it is that we have him starting. So go through here. I think it's going to be 2 headlands. Yeah, no rounded. Okay, that looks pretty good. Man, that is going to be a lot of silage. Holy goodness. Let's go ahead and get that started. We're on field 57 for mowing. Save course. 57. And this guy should be good to rumble. Man, look at that. That is some good alfalfa there. Man, that is, again, so much silage coming our way. So let's grab the quad track. I'll drive over there, get him set up, and, you know, so we can empty our new harvester. And that's going to be it for the episode. I assume we're not losing yield in the hail, but you guys leave me a comment down below. I know rain will affect yield on a harvest, but I'm not getting any alerts that the hail is giving us any problems, other than just being an absolute nuisance to drive through. So we'll have to wait and see. It is worth noting, I did send the top kick down to, we sent it down to the Montana hay shop, or whatever it was, and I did update the auto drive course to go to the spinnery so we can be delivering there starting tomorrow. In doing so, and I wasn't paying attention, guys, I did unstrap the wool that we had. I think it was 6 or 7 pallets, and they sold because I was driving through the sell point to get the auto drive course set up, and those sold. I think we made like $9 grand or something. It wasn't a lot of money, but we didn't put anything into the spinnery today. That is why the top kick is back on the farm with nothing on it. But tomorrow we will take all of our wool and get it sold so that we are ready to go with some more clothes come next spring. All right, last thing for today, getting this guy set up. If you watched my course play videos, guys, there is an advanced course play video out. There are some changes since the release of course play onto Mod Hub. Really got to be very consistent in getting your field stuff set up. A lot of your settings you'll find have been reset if you had course play in before, so you may want to come in and update your settings back to where you want them. I'm finding that mine are not all where I had them before, and I am not having much luck with this Use JPS Pathfinder. It is not working for me, so when that is on, I am not having good luck with finding courses to empty harvesters. So keep that in mind. If you're having that problem, go ahead and turn JPS pathfinding off, and assuming you have your field location set up properly and everything else, it'll take just a minute for courseplay to figure out where you are and what's going on. And then as you see, I mean, he is driving through our cornfield, which isn't ideal, but the worker is off and ready to unload our harvester. So we'll stay with him and watch while he unloads, but that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more videos. Channel memberships are available if you'd like to support my content further, and members do get early access to upcoming videos. That's all for today, but I'll see you in the next one.